Game begin.
Crunch is ridiculous. Crunch doesn't have any place in a modern working environment or employer-employer relationship. This isn't the only industry that delivers against time, cost and quality, and other industries deliver these complex projects to important deadline dates without their staff having to live through this horror. I've only been in the industry 4 years, but when I look in and when I hear the horror stories of, people telling their story of living under their desks for 3 days, living on warm beer and cold pizza, it's rite of passage, ego, machismic, that's a word, rubbish. This doesn't have to happen, and it shouldn't be happening now. In a world where we are looking to improve work-life balance and the well-being and health of our employees, how does crunch survive in that? There's no place for it. So no, there is no place in the modern working environment for crunch. Stop it now. If I had £1 for every time I've suggested something to be told, oh, that won't work for us, we're special, or we tried that before and it didn't work, I would be retiring this year and not next year, because it's just a smokescreen for people who are perhaps a little bit afraid of the challenge of the future or feel a little bit threatened by it. And actually, the tried and tested techniques and tools that exist to help companies grow their infrastructure and build these strong teams will work as well in the games industry as they've worked in other sectors. So no, the games industry is not that special. Let me contradict myself now, because the games industry is special, but not because of its infrastructure and its processes. It's special because of the people that deliver its success. These people are special and they do have special needs. The skills and the experience and the knowledge that we need to build these exceptional games reside in a certain personality type. So let's embrace that, let's acknowledge it, and let's build workplaces that support this specialness and give them the best toys that they can play with and the nicest working environments that they come to play with those toys in. Treat them well. And why wouldn't they do you the best possible job that they can do for you? Why would they look elsewhere? If we can give them what they want, then we recruit talent and we retain talent. You cannot manage and judge the individuals we employ by old-fashioned and traditional HR measurements. An example of that would be, there would be no point whatsoever in the company introducing software that manages sickness, that produces a report that says this person's had X days off, invite them to a disciplinary. It doesn't work. We have staff who become so engaged and engrossed in what they're doing and are so proud of what they do that they actually work themselves till they hit the wall, and then they slide down it, and then we need to pick them up. And if they need 2 days to recover from that, we don't want to be calling them into a disciplinary because they've scored 32 points on some sort of software scoring system. That doesn't work for us. That's why we should invest more in counselling. We've invested in training our wellbeing committee members to be mental health first aiders, but there's only so far they can go, and I'd like to see that expanding to some sort of confidential, external, contracted counselling service that we could refer staff to. So yeah, again, shift the emphasis of where you're placing your resources, nurture the individual, and make this a safe haven workplace. As a manager, you need to start building a new toolbox of tools and techniques and tips that help you manage in circumstances that you're going to meet along the way. You acquire some of those by doing the job, learning by experience, but there's more formal training where you can be taught the concepts of that, which are going to help you lead and drive and motivate your team, be inspiring as a leader. The fundamental rule is that once you move into a supervisory management position, whether it's called a lead or whatever it's called, is you stop being judged on how good a creative you are, and you start being judged on how you achieve through others. What I'm suggesting is we help people achieve through others, because then we create synergy. Then we get more than the sum of the total sum of the component parts. That's when we really start to move forward and see the difference that true leadership can make.
And then we jump to...
Who the hell are you? So, what makes me qualified or feel justified in spouting off like this? I started work when I was 15 and I retire next year at 66. I've helped several companies grow from startups to SMEs to actually, supporting them through their IPOs when they floated on the stock market. And my role in those companies has been to grow their infrastructure, to deliver them a people culture that enables them to enjoy and embrace their business opportunities and successes. I have built award-winning HR cultures, and what I've witnessed is that the commercial success is tied into and comes along with the people culture. If you have happy people, you have a successful business, and it's very hard to deliver the success with any kind of sustainability and longevity if you don't bring the people along with you to enjoy it.